Hi everyone, and welcome to General Mechanics. Right, I've been a little bit busy since I left you on the last video, but there's one of my brackets that I've made so far for work. I've put the special heatproof coating on it. It's basically just manifold paint, but it's good for 500C, which these brackets are never going to get that hot on an oven, but that's what it looks like. And again, it's just cheaper than basically waiting ages to have them laser cut, because we've got to have drawings made and they're going to charge God knows how much for the drawings. So that's that piece. Coming over to the Honda now, so I've been a bit busy with that as well. I'm doing 3 jobs at once here today. So here's the repair on the back. I've blended it in as best I can for the minute. I'm just waiting for the coat of paint to dry, and then I can go over it with a couple of coats of lacquer, and then that should finish that off nicely then. So that's that. I'll show you what it looks like after it's been buffed. And then we go over to the Renault, the lovely old Renault, which I've pretty much finished this. I call it a bod repair. It serves its purpose for, you know, for what I'm doing, so I can move it about the drive so we can start stripping it. But basically that's the repair. There's my threaded bar. I just cut it off, you know, the bent one, and as you can see there's the bent one there. If I put it inside a bit you can see it a bit better without the sun in your eyes, but that's how bad it was. And so I just cut it there, so you can imagine that was like that, and it was all the way in there. With obviously the arm pushed over, which had the steering poking out, so that's gone now. As you can see, it's as straight as I can get it. So I am going to throw the wheel back on and just turn it lock from lock to see what it's like now, because before it was grinding and all manner of stuff. You can see the damage a bit closer up on the car now. There's the inner wing there, it's pushed right back. All this has been pushed right back. It's even, that I didn't know at the time, but I didn't see it until today, it's actually bulged out the brake line, because it's actually bent it up here. It's amazing to think that there was enough force to bend all this up. I just can't get over how bad it is. This car was mint before it got writ off. People don't realise that the effect it has. I mean, it took me absolutely ages to get any form of compensation. I had to go through the MIB in the end, and they were very good and helped me getting my compensation. It wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be, but anything's better than nothing. Like I say, I don't see why I should lose out, and the driver that hit me just gets a little fine and everything's hunky-dory. I don't agree with that. We all work hard for what we've got in our life, and I'm sure there's lots of you out there that don't have lots of money. I mean, like I said, I've been building this car up for nearly 9 years, and I lost it all in one foul swoop. I do feel sorry for people that are hit by drink drivers, because it ain't nice. Because you've got no leg usually to stand on, because usually they've got no insurance. Usually they haven't got a license. And it was just my luck that in this instance he didn't have no license, no insurance, no tax, no MOT. And unfortunately I reaped the pain of it all, because even though I did get some compensation, it did cost me enough to get that compensation, and solicitors' fees and people coming out and checking the car. It's horrible, and I do feel for people that are going through it now. And if any of you are going through MIB at the moment, trying to get any compensation for your car, you can always drop me a little message on the description below, and I will try and give you as much help as I can, because like I say, I was fighting it for 6 months, so I know all the ins and outs of the process of doing it. So if any of you are, like I say, going through this same situation, I can give you a hand. Like I say, I think it's just good that people like us get a bit of comeback on things. I don't think it's right that we lose out. I mean, I can't necessarily afford to have fully comp insurance, not that I could get it anyway because it's a modified car, and I've struggled over the years to get this car fully comped. So I'll end this video. We'll call this part 2 of just a day at the house, should I say. And this is General Mechanic signing off.